10.
Добре, Свят, идеме.
Okay. Hello and welcome in our podcast. I can see where you can clearly see that our equipment is a bit limiting. We have to use a book in order to support our guest's microphone, but it's alright. Today we are with Victor, Igor, Isaac, a student from EASP and American Academy School, who is joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
I am Peter Sidlak and this is Sviatoslav Belyaev and shall we start?
Sure.
That is a very bad line, but okay. So, today we decided to talk about one topic that has been heavily, and emphasis on heavily, affecting our school. Because a lot of people have been talking about it, teachers, parents, students, a lot. And it's been affecting almost everyone. And that's why we took this particular student who is excelling in this particular subject. And particularly, I am talking about AI here. So, just from the AI itself, what can you tell us about AI?
What is AI?
Well, very good questions right there from the start, but I will talk about what is AI. So, AI is basically a certain computer algorithm or a certain robot or certain system that can be trained by some data to perform your requests. For example, you might have AI that works with image enhancing features, or you might have AI that has features to chat. So it responds to your requests verbally, for example, or with text.
Mm-hmm.
And the more you train these algorithms or more you train these robots, more information you provide to them, the more access they have, for example, to the internet, for example. They can have access to scan copies of books, to have the content of those books, and they read those books, they read the type of the speech in the book, and then they implement that to sound more human. So these AIs are far more progressive than, for example, years ago.
Yeah, and that one extremely fascinating thing that I myself found is that talking to the AI such as, I don't know, let's say for example ChatGPT, right? Yes, it's still a response that it gives, and you can still understand that it's a robot, but the fact is that it's a response that has been generated according to what you say, and it adapts, and it always changes how you say according to more information you provided, and it's fascinating. Honestly, it's in some way it's where robotics that we can see in sci-fi movies would develop. Is it just a robot that actually learns so much that is essentially like a human, like in Terminator. It's for me it's insane. Just you have this robot, just this one machine, and you just like a spoon, to a little baby, feed it over and over time, not with food,
With data.
with data, exactly. And as a result, you have that almost seamless machine that can answer any questions that you provided, although not correctly all the time. And so that kind of leads us to one particular topic, or more so that we would like to focus on today, right? And it's AI within school. What can you tell us about that?
Well, I can most certainly tell you something about that there are many students all over the world implementing AI to get their projects done, or to get their assignments done, to get their essays done, to get their work done, basically. They just type in the prompt, what they want to get finished, and the AI will respond. The AI can write essays, and it's surely undiscoverable almost, because there are these certain AI detectors that work on different AIs to detect the AI generated text, but these work on AIs that aren't so frequently updated. So once new features roll out, for example in ChatGPT 3.5, ChatGPT 4 or 4.0 or 4 plus, then these cannot be exactly detected correctly, so
So
precisely. But it can be detected.
so you're saying that AI has been like, so advanced that sometimes even machines and other AIs that are supposed to detect those AIs can detect
Yes, we're very far in progress with AI.
But not with AI detectors.
Yeah, recently we've seen a huge leap towards the usage of AI in a lot of industries, not even schools. For example, the automotive industry for complicated calculations
Yeah.
in planning a new car, actually. And there are much more effective uses of AI, not just for personal life. There's many business applications for AI.
And actually, getting a bit aside of the school topic, AI, just in general, since we're talking about jobs and everything, AI, because of AI, because of what AI can do, I have seen recently a YouTube video of there was this gentleman who I believe worked in the industry where he would his work was essentially just creating a website, right? He was like working there for I don't know 6 years at this point. That's he finished in the university, and that's where he went, and he worked there almost like the entire time he could, right? And so he's been there like so much, and he basically has been done for all of his work career only that. And then the AI started to develop, and he's been getting less and less work. He's just there were days where he could just receive he could work from home, and there were days that he would just receive some work at 3 do it for 25 minutes and then have the entire day done, and that was most of the days for him. And so what happened was that one day his boss invited him and said, okay, so here we are, and we have to tell you one thing. We from our business perspective, we do not see anymore what is the benefit for us with you, right? We have been feeding AI all of the work that you've done over the years, that you've worked with our company, and as a result, we are able to produce almost one-to-one websites to the ones you do, and therefore, from a business perspective, we don't need you anymore. They were indeed sorry for him, and they understood his situation. But again, from the business perspective, instead of having an employee paying them every single month, and just having instead an AI who can simply do all the work for you, and you would not have to pay it almost at all. It's much cheaper. So as a result, this guy got fired and made a video, and that's how I know about the situation. But what I wanted to bring with this is that that's AI. AI can do that, and the thing is that students in the same way use it for their work, right? And essentially,
Can AI replace students?
I guess, but there are people, right? And there are people, and the point of school is that they themselves get educated, right? But the problem is that instead of doing that, instead of doing the project that they're assigned to, they use AI to complete their project. And so, how would you as a professional describe the particular use? Or do you yourself use AI for anything in school?
How often?
How
First
often
of all-
would you describe your experience with it? And let's start with those.
First of all, genuine concern for the lovely gentleman from the video. That's what's happening right now. Basically, AI is replacing people, and we're at a much higher risk of getting laid off from our jobs. The risk is getting much larger, and AI is starting to replace even more jobs. First of all, it could start with programmers or computer specialists, but it might be soon be implemented in some physical robots, and they can perform surgeries, for example, in the health industry. So we're getting to the point when AI is going to start replacing humans. But now, about AI usage, mainly, let's suppose schools.
Yes.
there are two cases which we should recognize with the usage of AI in schools. So there's this first student. This AI because he literally does not know a single thing about the topic he's writing about, and then he asks AI,
Everything.
write my homework, write my essay, write my project instead of me. Here's the criteria. You should fulfill these. Here are the instructions. This is what it should contain. So there's one student, and there's this other student. See, the first student is maybe failing in the subject, and that's why he wants to save his grade by AI. That's one of the utilizations of AI. There's this other student that is a straight A student, and he does his job the best all the time, but he doesn't receive the full marks for some specific stupid reason. For example, he did not fulfill one criteria in the 30 of the IB criteria for each project, the ABCD criterions.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he did not fulfill one, and that's why his grade went a bit down. But otherwise, he has done a perfect project. So in this case, he can use AI to ask the AI what he can improve on this. And if he implements this without direct copy-paste from AI, I believe it should be, it's a legitimate way to use AI to just help you with your assignments. But it's not ethical to use AI to just copy-paste your entire essay. Would you agree with me?
I would, but I would question you. Do you do any of these things?
No.
Especially about the second type.
Several
first
people,
one.
The,
Especially the first one.
yeah. Do you use the first type?
if you just don't copy-paste your entire essay from AI, and you use it genuinely only for noticing mistakes you wouldn't notice otherwise, those are genuine. But you don't just copy-paste your entire article or your entire essay from AI, because that's just unethical.
Mm-hmm.
It's the incorrect way of using AI.
Why do you think so?
Well, why would I think so? Because it's plagiarism, basically. It's just copying someone else's work. Maybe it's not a human that made the work, but it's someone else's work still. It's a robot that
Right.
answered your prompt that you have just edited into the AI.
And I think the problem with it particularly is that, well, essentially what the school is supposed to be, right? You, through those projects, as difficult as they might seem at certain times, right? Through those projects, what you're supposed to do is to learn. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. You're doing the project,
But if you
and as a result, you learn.
Yeah,
And
if you use AI, you don't learn. The AI might learn from the prompt, but you directly, if you copy paste the entire article, you don't learn. If you read the AI's response and you ask it to outline the mistakes or issues you have made in the project, and it displays these issues, and you use these issues to improve your grade, or you use these points to improve your grade, then genuinely this is a correct use of AI. Because then maybe you learn from your past mistakes, and using AI you can make your grade better in some way.
yeah,
And also, do you think you think AI shouldn't be used by the students, but can the AI be used by the teachers? You said that you have heard
I've
of an incident with the teacher using AI, but
encountered several times that teachers used an AI prompt to generate an assignment for students, and well, therefore it's kind of unequal, because schools are about to prohibit the usage of AI by students, but then why should teachers also be able to use it? If teachers also go to work to not exactly to study or to learn from, I don't know, mistakes, or from the content that they're learning at school, they should be the ones teaching, of course. But is it correct? Is it ethical to use AI at the workplace to make your life easier and to make stuff done instead of you?
So essentially, correct me if I'm wrong. Essentially, what you're saying is that teachers, right? It's their job to create those assignments, right? Equal to the students, it's their job to when
to answer
students,
those
right?
assignments.
When in students, you do the project. Their job is to do the project. For teachers, is their job to make those projects, right? And so, are you saying that when student is doing the project, not doing the project by themselves and using AI, it's also unethical and not good when teacher is using AI?
I believe the parents of the students wouldn't be very satisfied if they would learn that they pay. In some cases, I'm not saying each private school the parents pay about huge amounts of money for education. There are schools that are public schools that in certain times are free, but in some cases the parents wouldn't be really satisfied if they would learn that the teacher is just not doing their job correctly, or they get their job is being replaced by someone else in order to teach their child.
Mm-hmm.
They're using, for example, AI as a tool that's generally available for free, basically. So theoretically, you could ask AI to be your teacher. You could ask AI to explain the topics to you. Then why do you pay for school? Mm-hmm. Would the parents be satisfied if they would learn this?
Mm-hmm.
So I think we should reach a verdict. So what is your conclusion from all of this?
My conclusion from all of this is that if you use AI the correct way and the intended way, and you don't copy-paste your entire essay or entire article, then it's an ethical way to use AI. So AI can be used both ethically and unethically, and that's on you.
Right. So, is there a way to fight it? Is there a way to stop doing all of this? Is there a way for both students and I guess now teachers to somehow is there a way? Is there a way to stop this if you believe that it's
unethical?
Unethical, yeah.
If we could just return to the lovely gentleman from the video you've been talking about.
Yeah.
So this is an employee at an office, and the directors of the company or the chiefs of the office have, at least that's how I understood it, the chiefs of the office have implemented AI, a free tool, to basically learn to get the data from that guy's websites, and to make copies of the websites, one-to-one copies of that guy's sites, of that guy's work.
Yeah.
Right?
So it's essentially as a
his work is being replaced by a free tool.
Yeah.
So he's being laid off from his workplace due to AI. So if we could limit somehow the usage of AI in, for example, replacing human jobs, then sure. I mean, if we're able to do that, then that's how we will have less AI usage in the world.
And what about in regards to school and the problems that you've outlined?
Yes.
In school,
is there a solution?
Is the solution also just to limit it for both students and teachers, and also with the fact that you said that it can be still a great tool to improve? Then what's the way? How do you believe it should be?
I would say that banning AI is not a solution to these problems, because I mean these can be overcome. People can have their personal devices, for example, their phones, their personal computers, and on their personal hotspot, which the school cannot detect as AI usage on their. They can't limit this correctly.
Well,
so the
they
solution
can
wouldn't be limiting AI or prohibiting directly or banning AI websites on the school internet, if that's what you wanted to say. But well, I'm not sure if you understand or you directly see my message conveyed, but I'm trying to basically say that if you use AI a certain way that's ethical, then sure. I mean, go ahead, and if you learn from your mistakes, then go ahead, sure. I mean, you will eventually have a good grade for that. But if you're struggling in certain subjects and you don't learn from your mistakes, then you're going to be failing that subject.
And what if you don't use it ethically? Is the solution just banning the phones? Probably banning the phones and writing everything back on paper.
Well, I would like to see that being implemented by certain teachers, because that would be very interesting to see. Very interesting to see the reactions of certain students if they would limit the use of AI for certain subjects. and how would their academic progress be like in these cases. So it's a very interesting thing to investigate.
Mm-hmm.
So you are saying that it's essentially trial and error. What we should do is just try certain methods, see if they work, and then as a result come up with a solution, right?
Do you have any better idea?
I am not saying that. Well, all I am is a podcaster from the podcast I Can See, and all I am trying to say is that
I can see
educate
these guys.
and see you and make other people see the world and to see the right and the way and the only facts without bias or any other opinions. Therefore, thank you for your time here. Thank you for spending your precious time, your lunchtime, with us here on our podcast. We've been very happy to get the knowledge from you, and we've been very, very, very blessed with your opinions and your takes on certain subjects.
As the expert.
As the expert on the AI, yes, exactly. And with that, I believe that we can mark the end for our podcast.
Thank you for inviting me.
No problem at all.
Goodbye.